So you remember when we did all this code, and hopefully you went into your editor, and then you put it into your code as well. So this lesson today is going to be on images and styling. Images is, well, that's pretty big whenever you're doing sites and whatnot. We're gonna learn how to be putting in images for your pages, and then we're gonna be learning how to style or start to get into the personalization of your site or your page. So to go ahead and kick this lesson off, let's go ahead and put in an image, and let's do this right after your H1. So, and how you do this is you're gonna put a forward angle bracket, IMG. Then this is just short for image, and then you're going to put a space, and then you're going to put a hypertext reference. And basically all this is just you're linking an image to your page, and it's like the URL of this of that image. So you're going to put href equals, I'm trying to remember if that's hypertext reference. Yeah, it's hypertext reference. Okay, so you're gonna put the URL of an image, but you remember when I was saying that the HR does not have an end tag? The image is the same. You're gonna want to just put a forward angle bracket or forward slash and then a back angle bracket with the image. So to put in a URL, what you can do is you can go to your Google thing. You can go to Google Images. Yeah, let's go to Google Images. Oh my gosh, go to Google Images. Okay, so once you're here at Google Images, you can type in whatever you. If you wanted to put in like coffee, so if you wanted to put in a image about coffee or something like that, you'd click on the image, if it'd hurry up, and then you'd go to it, you'd right click. If you're using Google Chrome, you'd right click, you'd press copy image URL, you would go to back to your code, you'd press Control V. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of holy mess. No, we're not using that image. Sorry guys. I'm sorry for all you coffee lovers. That was a lot. Okay, moving on, we are going to go use a different, less coffee man. Where you at? Okay. So, you're going to want to do that same. You're going to want to copy image URL, and then you're going to go to your href, press Control V. Much better, much smaller. And then, but then make sure, well, hold on, let's do this first. Okay. And then whenever you press Control V, if you're using the notepad, then you'd press Control V, or even if you're using the site, you press Control V. And then whenever you update it, it should show, which it's not wanting to. So what you're gonna have to do. Okay, yeah, I see. I just messed up again. Okay, with this, yeah, I just changed the image because I didn't. I was trying to figure out what was going on. Okay, with this, what you're gonna want to do to do an image, instead of putting href, that's for a link. We'll get into that later on. But you're gonna put source src, and then you're gonna want to put an equal sign and then those two quotations, and then you're gonna want to put the link, and then make sure that your link has that like the dot JPG, because that's just the type of picture it is, or type of file. And then so whenever you update your page, it should go ahead and just see, there we go. I'm actually redoing all my videos because in each video I did something that wasn't like syntactically correct. So, and then now I just did it again. So please forgive me. So yep. So then that's how you put in an image into your site. So, but that's just a little big. Like that's just a little too big for me. So if say you're wanting to shrink down that image, what you're going to want to do is you want to put a height equals, and then you want to put a width as well. So now that you have a height and width, then you can start telling the picture, okay, I need you to shrink down to this size. And a pretty common form of measuring and building different pages is pixels. And the pixels are those little tiny squares that they shoot out the color in your monitor that enables you to see whatever you're working on your computer. So say I wanted to make this 200 pixels high up and down, and then I want to make it 200 pixels left and right. So you'd put in that height, width, and then that 200 pixels. PX stands for pixels. And then whenever you update your page, it's going to shrink on down. See, so now that's much better. But a word of warning: do not use if you're gonna start creating stuff, whatever you're wanting to do with this. Don't use copyright information. Okay, that's other people's work, and although it's on the internet, I mean, just don't create it by yourself. So that's why I'm about to put in my own image, so I don't have to deal with copyright stuff. All right, so there we go. See that kid right there with that awesome bike? That's me. So yeah, just be mindful of copyright stuff. So that's how you put in some basic images, and so let's just put in two more since we have one up here with our first data set up here, before it's separated by the horizontal rule. Let's go ahead and put another one after most scariest monsters. So again, put that forward angle bracket, the IMG SRC, not HREF, but SRC for source. Equal sign, two quotations, and then you're gonna want to put in another one. You can go find another one, or you can link one from your Facebook to to your site or whatever. I'm gonna put in another one for my Facebook, so I'm gonna go get that link. Alright, so let's go back here. Okay, so now that we have our second one, I put in the there is the link, or there's the URL. Whoa, that's huge. Don't worry, that's not real. It's fake. It's just some Halloween thing I went to. So, and then with this image, let's go ahead and put a width, and let's make this 200 pixels as well. And let's put in a height. But with this one, let's make it 300 pixels. So after that, and then to close that image, what you're going to do is you want to put that / that back angle bracket. Watch this thing shrink. Ooh, it's kind of long, but it'll be alright. It's for demonstration purposes. Alright, so now the last one for random thoughts. Random thoughts. Oh yes, this is the random thoughts. So image. Remember the image. SCR. Jeez, tongue twisted. And then you're gonna want to put in that other URL. So I'm gonna get that. Alright, now that I've got that link. Alright, so let me close this image. And then it's gonna be the jellyfish. Hey, where's my jellyfish? It's not there. Source equal blah blah .jpg. Alright, now I finally got my jellyfish back to working. Here we are, jellyfish. So just as we did with the scary one, with that one, let's make a width and a height as well. So let's make this one just the same, 200 pixels with a height of, guess what, 200 pixels. So whenever we reload it, it's gonna shrink on down to size. So then now that we know how to do some of the images, let's go ahead and jump on the style train. Now styling can go in very big and broad fields. To just glance into it, let's just start with our very first heading, the H1. So what you're going to want to do, and what this is saying is, whenever I put this in, it's saying that we're going to style this H1 heading and this H1 heading alone. So what you're going to do is you're going to go inside the the first tag of the H1. You're going to want to go after that H1 that you typed in and type style. And then you put equal sign and these two quotation marks. So, and then within inside these two quotation marks, you're going to start putting in CSS attributes. And CSS is like the big styling version of HTML. I would just throw into like the HTML side, but HTML styling is not HTML styling, but just HTML code that styles your website is starting to go out of date. So now we're just going to stick with the style attribute itself, and start working with the CSS attributes inside the style. I know that was a big mouth. That was a big breathful. Geez. So then, whenever you type the style, inside the style is, like I said, you're going to be able to put the CSS stuff. So what we want to do to our H1 is we're going to want to make this centered. We want to move that to the very center of our page. So how you're going to do this is you're going to put text. You're going to put that hyphen, and then you're going to put a line. And then you're going to put a semicolon, and then you're going to put center. Not a semicolon, that is a colon. Okay, and then after you put the center, then you can put a semicolon. So then, to let me explain this, this is the CSS, I guess you could say, code. And then whenever you put that colon right there, then you're telling it, okay, well, for this, I want you to do this. So we're telling it to do a text align where we're wanting to align our text on the page, and then we're telling it we want to align it center. And so whenever we told it that, then we put this semicolon, and this is just saying stop. This is just we're ending that piece of CSS. So then whenever we reload this page, it's going to branch off right into the center right there. So then now we did that to the center, let's go to, what do we want to do? Let's go to that. Let's go to the H2. So we're going to do the same thing. We'll put in that style, equal sign, two quotation marks, and then inside that style you can put let's see what we should do. Let's just do the same exact thing. Let's just put the text align with a hyphen, and then colon, and then put center, and semicolon that stops it, and then there you go. So then now that all that will be centered. Random thoughts, it's rebellious. It doesn't want to do that. So then after we do that, let's go up here to this paragraph. And as you should be able to see that with that style that we're putting in with that code, it's only doing that one piece of code. But now say if we did it to the body, and say we were changing like the background color, it'd do it for the whole body and everything that is within inside of it. So we'll go into that a little bit later. So with that paragraph, let's put that style, and then with that, let's change the font family. The font family is just the type of font that you're using. It's like whenever you're using Microsoft Word, and then you could change like your font from Times New Roman to like Adobe like Hebrew or whatever. That's just what this is. And then the code for that is font hyphen family. And then you're going to put a colon just as you did with the text align. And then make sure that all the different fonts that you put in, make sure that they're all capitalized. So I'm going to put in Verdana, I believe that's the way you pronounce it. But I'm going to put in a capital V, and then I put that semicolon with it. And then it should, yes, and see how the the font has changed from a static, which is the default, to this Verdana. And then yep. See, gosh, it's getting late. I'm starting to get tongue-tied. See, so like I said, we're gonna with the body. Okay, if you put a style there, and then if you're wanting to change all of the background color of that page, what you're gonna want to put is you want to put background. So background hyphen color. You can do an image as well with this, and you put in a URL, but we're just gonna stick with color right now. So with the up-to-date browsers, you can put in just normal colors as in English, like orange, purple. You just type out those words. See, so if we wanted to put purple, we would just type in purple, and then that, since we're using a modern web browser, that it's going to go ahead and just put that in. But say if somebody was using like an older web browser, you would have to use a hex color, and a hex color is just where was I at? Okay, I was right here. A hex color is made by you putting a number sign, and then you're adding different credentials within inside that for that number sign. So, and I believe this is the color for black. I think I need to add one more 0. That's not. Here, I'm gonna get a hex. Okay, as I was saying with the hex color, let me move this semicolon back. Alright, see, so that is a hex color, and then it's going to change, I think, to red. Yep. See, and that's kind of creepy with that image. See, but then that's how you do it with those the hex colors. But then I mean, I like using hex colors, but you know, it's much more simpler just to type the words. So if I wanted to put like gray, I like base colors. You know, really, I guess, staticky, manly colors. Alright, so there's gray, and then see, but that's just like the basic of styling. So what I want you to do is I want you to do the same thing. I want you to put in and at least put in 3 images. Put in 3 images for your page in the editor that's going to be coming up. And then I want you to change your first paragraph, or your paragraph for your name, you know, within that first this part right here. And how you do that is you put the style, and remember you got to put the equal sign, and that quotation mark. There's 2 quotation marks, and then font family for Dana. All right, and then that will change the font family, and it can change the font for itself. And then you go ahead and do the text align for the your 2 headings, your H1 and then your H2. Remember, you do that with text align center. And then we didn't do anything to this guy because he's rebellious. So that's what I want you to do, and I'm going to put in a help link just in case you guys get a little mixed up with your code. So just try this, and remember what I said. Don't be afraid to make things your own, and you know, don't be afraid to take it upon yourself to, you know, create something original. So so there we go, and I'll see you in the next lesson.